Good morning, students. Today we are going to deal with the prose lesson from Unit 1, Two Gentlemen of Verona, written by A.J. Cronin. Life is full of ups and downs. It has pleasant surprises as well as rude shocks. Nevertheless, every incident offers a lesson for us to learn and evolve into better individuals. We are going to witness this through the heart-touching story Two Gentlemen of Verona by A.J. Cronin. Let me tell you something about the author. Archibald Joseph Cronin was a Scottish novelist, dramatist and physician. When he was 7 years old, his father, an insurance agent and commercial traveler, died of tuberculosis. He and his mother moved to her parents' home in Dumbarton, and she soon became a public health inspector in Glasgow. A doctor by training, Cronin was one of the most renowned storytellers of the 20th century. Many of his stories have emerged from his medical career and are noted for their narrative skill, deep social conscience, and finely drawn characters. Cronin's books were not only bestsellers, but some of them, such as The Citadel and The Keys of the Kingdom, were made into successful films and were adapted for radio and television. His novella, Country Doctor, was adapted for a long-running BBC radio and TV series. He married Agnes Mary Gibson and had 3 sons. A.J. Cronin wrote this life history after visiting Verona. Verona is a beautiful city in Italy. Verona lies at the foot of the Lesini Mountains, 65 miles west of Venice, and is half encircled by the Adige River. The city is famous for many tourist sites. And probably the best known site is Juliet's house as depicted by William Shakespeare in the popular play Romeo and Juliet. Here's a brief summary of the story. The narrator is driving through the foothills of the Alps along with his companion. While driving on the outskirts of Verona, 2 young boys who sell wild strawberries stop their car. The small boys appear to be quite shabby, and the driver is not keen on buying strawberries from them. Then the narrator's companion gets to know that the boys are brothers. The elder one, aged 13, is Nicola, and the younger brother, aged 12, is Jacopo. The narrator and his companion buy the biggest basket of strawberries from the boys and go towards the city. The next morning, they again see the same boys doing the shoe shining job, and on being asked, they say that they do many things for a living. They also tell the narrator and his companion that they could work as guides and show the visitors places of interest in the town. So the narrator asked them to take them to Juliet's tomb. During the time of their stay in the town, the 2 young boys turn out to be very helpful to the visitors. One night, the boys were found with a bundle of unsold newspapers and were ready to sell them when the last bus arrived. The narrator then talked to them and asked them why they were working so hard. He also told them that they seemed to fetch sufficient money, so why were they not spending anything on clothes and food? Nicola tells him that they had something in their minds, but he does not elaborate. One day, Jacopo requests the narrator to drop them in his car to the village named Poletta, that is around 30 kilometers away. He requests him and says that it would be a great favor, although Nicola doesn't like the fact that his brother is troubling the narrator. But the narrator gladly agrees to help the boys in reaching that place. So the next afternoon, he drives to the village. After being dropped, the small boys enter a large red-roofed villa which is actually a hospital. The narrator hesitates to enter the hospital room. He tries to find out from the nurse about the girl in the hospital and the boys. The nurse informs him that Lucia is the sister of these two boys and is suffering from tuberculosis. She also mentions that a bomb destroyed their home during the war, and even their father, a widower, had got killed during the early part of the war. When he died, his 3 children were left to starve. She told the narrator that the boys also started hating the Germans who came to rule the city and even became a part of the resistance movement. Once the war was over, Lucia got affected by tuberculosis and the boys had to admit her to the hospital. So they have been trying their best to make the payments regularly to the hospital. The narrator waited outside the room. He did not say anything to the boys on their way back in order to give the impression that he did not know about their secret. And the story ends here. We have 3 main characters in this story. They are the 2 boys and the narrator. Let us see more about these characters. First, the 2 boys. The 2 gentlemen of Verona are Nicola and Jacopo. Both the siblings are very sincere and self-sacrificing. They are prepared to do anything for helping their sister Lucia recover from tuberculosis. They live a hard life and do all sorts of odd jobs, still look contented and maintain their self-respect. Next, about the narrator. The narrator of the story is a sensitive, kind and helpful person. Even after his driver's warning, he lands up buying strawberries from the boys to help them. He notices the honesty and sincerity of the shabbily dressed and nearly starved boys. Even at the end, he doesn't reveal to the boys that he knows about their family crisis. Let us analyze the lesson. The main idea of the author is to underline the virtues that make a perfect man. The story captures the sentiment that true humanity is not about letting go and it is about courage and determination. The 2 young gentlemen of Verona face their difficulties head-on without a single complaint. Their love and emotional strength are truly commendable. And the boys' maturity and sense of responsibility are also praiseworthy. These boys display exemplary courage amidst extreme poverty and devastation, and the author manages to find real inspiration from their lives. Hope you have understood the lesson. Please go through the lesson. I shall send the glossary tomorrow. In case of doubts, you can contact me. I am happy that the girls are actively taking part in the learning process. I expect more cooperation from the boys. If anybody wants me to explain the story in Tamil, you can contact me personally. Keep in touch. Thank you.